Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Another morning. Today is January the 13th of 2023. And this morning I found some articles I thought was very important. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to our channel. We do updates. We do pretty much everything. Visions, dreams. Right now we're looking for, if you have any pictures of military, anything of activity around your house in the last couple of days. We're looking for anything, video, pictures. Anything you find that's out of the ordinary. If you're taking pictures, you see something in the sky, anything don't belong there, you send it to us. It's in the description. The email's in there, and our Telegram channel. There's a lot of news going on, and I found some really noteworthy stuff that I'll express why I'm talking to you about this. But first, like this video, share this video. It'll help us get into the YouTube algorithm, okay? But the first one yesterday, a lot of people would probably kind of miss this. But we're talking about Jesus coming and the events that's going to set that up. And this is going to be an event that sets that up. It says the Dems join the GOP and vote to block Biden from selling strategic oil reserves to China. Now, a lot of people don't know, China does not do a lot of drilling, okay? They get most of their oil from Russia and us. We are the #1 manufacturer of oil around the world. Us. Not OPEC, not these other people. We produce more oil. Other people's not even close to what we produce today. But see, what we do, we produce it and sell it to these people, and we don't sell it to ourselves. That's how it works. Okay, it says dozens of House Democrats joined Republicans on Thursday to pass legislation that would prevent the Biden administration from selling any oil from the strategic petroleum reserves. The House easily passed the bill at 331 to 97 vote. Every Republican voted for it, and 113 Democrats, more than half of the House Democratic caucus. It was the second vote this week that saw large numbers of the Democrats help House Republicans pass legislation. 2 days later, earlier, the 2/3 of the House Democrats voted with the Republicans to create a committee to address U.S. strategic competition with China. The bill was brought up by the Republicans after the Biden administration last year to sell nearly 1 million barrels of oil to Unipec America, a U.S.-based company owned by China. The Department of Energy announced that sale in April, and Republicans warned on the House floor that it makes no sense to deliver vast energy resources to entities controlled by America's largest competitor. America's Strategic Petroleum Reserve is meant for true energy supply disruptions like those caused by hurricanes and national disasters, not to help China. Senator Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers, Republican out of Washington, who will chair the House Energy and Commerce Committee in the new Congress. Draining our strategic reserves for political purposes and selling portions of it to China is a significant threat to our national security, she said. The administration is not just hurting our own ability to respond to emergencies and national security events. They are bolstering the oil reserves of most of our dangerous geopolitical adversaries, the Chinese Communist Party. The Biden administration has released more than 200 million barrels from the strategic oil reserves to ease rising American energy prices in the U.S. over the last year. Rogers says released were designed to cover up his failed policies. As well as we know, the oil went to China because our refineries and pipelines are full. It now has nowhere to go here, Rogers said. Millions more barrels went to overseas traders who eventually sent it to China. We also know that China is ramping up its purchases of crude oil. Let's see. Kind of jumped on me. Crude oil from Russia and the U.S. to boost its own reserves. The bill says the Energy Secretary shall not sell strategic oil reserves to any entity under the control of Chinese government, except on the condition that such petroleum products will not export to the People's Republic of China. While most Democrats voted for the bill, the debate featured only Democrats who tried to dismiss it by saying sales to China are the GOP's fault because congressional Republicans in 2015 lifted the long-standing ban on crude oil. As a result, our exports of crude oil to China surged. averaging to $500 million every day during the last year. Republicans countered that policy happened under China administration when Republicans were working with the administration to unleash American energy and export it around the world, which makes us money. And then that plan continued under President Trump, under which record production of energy took place. The reason I bring this story up and why it's so important, back in World War II, Japan was getting most of their oil from us, okay? Just like China is. They're getting that from us and Russia. But what happened was when we cut Japan off, that's when Pearl Harbor happened. So you get, if you don't know your history, it repeats itself. And that's what's happened. History is starting to repeat itself. Between this and the next story I'm going to talk to you about is another thing that will set the Pacific on fire. South Korea's president has said that his country might build nuclear weapons in response to the community continuing buildup of similar weapons in North Korea. This is the most explicit announcement so far from Seoul that's actively considering nuclear weapons, although the disclosure is very likely calculated to pressure the United States into giving Seoul a role in nuclear war planning on the peninsula, and perhaps also to redeploy the U.S. tactical nuclear weapons to South Korea. The last of these having been indeed, this is apparently the first time since 1991 that South Korea's president has actually brought up the idea of fielding homegrown nuclear weapons. So, now that is right on China's doorstep also. So, you cut China's oil out. We've already went to war with their chips. We've told every American CEO over there that was help running their companies about these chips. We've already told them, if you don't come back, you're not going to be able to be an American citizen anymore. It's going to be treason. So we've already went to war with their microchips. So we've cut all of our chips out from going over there, and now we're cutting their oil out. And now we're talking about deploying nuclear weapons right on their doorstep. That's why I brought this up, these two articles, because I know these will play a part in it. This is the play. It's definitely the beginning of the rapture coming. So you can see these news articles, and just like yesterday, also India's president, along with Japan's president, and many others are now calling for a one world government, and we all know what that is. It's all playing out in real time. If you don't know where to look, you won't find it. But on here, we wait for Jesus, and we look for these signs, and this is a sign. These are the signs of the beginning of World War III, which I do believe will happen any day now, because the rapture is very soon, within days. It could be any day. So if you see these things coming, do not fear. He comes in the storm. Open your Bible, read it 1 hour a day. Very important. If you're lost out there, call upon Jesus. Believe that he died upon that cross. He rose on the third day. If you have faith and believe in that, you're saved. And you're rapture ready. But be ready, because these events are taking place very quick. The pains, the birth pains are continuing and continue. I can see right through them. I can see these articles, and I know how they're going to play out and what's going to cause different things. So you've got to be aware that these events are taking place. A lot of people say, well, I don't see anything happening. I don't see anything happening, because they're not looking. And they don't want to look, because they're in love with the world. And if you're in love with the world, you're not going to wake up. You're not going to see it happen before it happens. We see it. So be aware of the situation of what's going on around the world. Because World War III is definitely playing itself out. It's building and building. And like I said, it will not be like World War I and World War II. This one will be done in 24 hours. When you got missiles that can reach every continent in less than 30 minutes, it's no competition, people. You don't have to send soldiers to America anymore, or us to them. When you got missiles that does the job, one of these nuclear weapons can destroy a city, 7 or 8 of them, wipe out half the East Coast, half the West Coast. It's all playing out, and Jesus will come right before that. So be aware, you're in the last days. Tell everybody, Jesus is coming. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Because these events are playing out, and they're playing out very quickly, and I see them building and building and building. So be aware, okay? Like I said, if you're not part of the channel, subscribe. We'd love to have you. If you want to send us any information, rapture dreams, visions, anything like that, you just take crazy pictures of your house, you see something crazy in the sky, don't make no sense, email's in the description. We have a Telegram channel which we spread a lot of news. It's going to be in the description box also. Until next time, God bless.